please, share.
People ask me, who would want to shoot a good man like Bobby Bowden? I said, hey, they shot the Pope, didn't they? There are people out there who'll shoot anybody for any reason.
Yes, there are. Can I share a passage from this amazing Bill McCartney book?
Proceed.
She'd never known the touch of a man, much less a football man. The natives here, they've taught me their secrets. Originally, my name was Bill, but now they call me Tatanka. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to share the rest with you, but let me say, this was promised to be the most erotic book ever written by a football coach, and I'll tell you what.
Promise kept. This is Shutdown Fullback.
I'm Spencer Hall of EDSBS.com.
And I'm Jason Kirk of SBNation.com. First order of business today, we need to talk about Nick Saban.
You should know a few things about Nick Saban. He's tiny, first of all.
Second thing about Nick Saban, he likes to recruit.
Yes, he does. And the third thing you need to know about him is that he's dead sexy in the way that he does it. But no, he's not going to ask you to leave without a promise in return. But he doesn't exactly have a promise until you promise to leave the person that you're with, and then for sure, he'll leave them for you.
Over the weekend, a Georgia recruit took a visit to Tuscaloosa where Nick Saban told him, I'll offer you a full scholarship to Alabama if you commit.
If you commit. Which is how Nick Saban manages to avoid stepping on anyone's toes by saying, baby, I'm not exactly going to cheat on my thing here, but let me say this. If you wanted to cheat, then we could cheat together, and then it wouldn't be cheating. The old legal-like whorehouse trick.
You know, there was a story about Nick Saban when he was in grade school. He sent around the letter with the check yes, check no box. It didn't actually say anything. It was just a yes or a no. No question.
He doesn't want to suggest anything.
Just, is the answer no?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not.
There are options on this card. That's all I'm saying. In other news involving a specific tiny coach in the state of Alabama, we should go ahead and mention that Nicholas Saban decided that he was going to, in fact, support a 4-year scholarship for football athletes in the SEC. Something he was, quote, happy to do, unquote. Let's just force a smile.
I have one question. If Nick Saban is now offering 4-year scholarships, does this mean Michigan is going to start offering doctorates?
I think that's going to be part of the thing because, remember, if the SEC is virtuous, the Big Ten has to be twice as virtuous. And half as slow. That's a burn. Moving on, we should also mention that the SEC has some scheduling difficulties.
Well, since bringing on a bunch of teams that nobody actually wanted to bring on, there's sort of the issue of how do we play all these new teams that we don't really want to play while still playing the games we do want to play. So there's the question of do we stick with 8 conference games or do we go to 9? And having grown up in the South, I think we'll both tell you that this could be a problem.
Math is not the strong point here. Neither is coming to any kind of group conclusion in a public forum.
Well, I would say that our region of the country is good at coming to its own conclusion. I don't know if it's one that, would make sense to, say, the rest of the world, but...
That's true. This is how we end up with a 2-game conference schedule and 11 1AA teams. Which, hey, Paul, I'm fine with that.
As long as one of them's a spring game, we're all set.
Exactly. Conferences just got to make money, man. Moving on, we should also mention that we are moving through spring practice. Remember, spring football, it's kind of like fall football without the calories, content, interest, competition, sense, anything really. But it's better than nothing.
Better than baseball.
It is better than baseball. Actually, there's a long list of things that are better than baseball.
Well, we don't want to be here all night, but...
Cholera.
Probably the most interesting story in spring football right now, the TCU Horned Frogs, who had sort of a interesting offseason before they took to the grass.
Yes, playing on natural turf, so to speak.
Before they hit the green.
Yeah, before they hit the green, before they sold marijuana. That's really what we're implying.
That's
here.
What we're getting at.
A lot of implications on weed, marijuana. They sold marijuana. In fact, 4 players convicted of multiple felonies. Convicted? Look at me. I'm a court all unto my own.
The door right there.
I know, but this is the internet, and I pretty sure that is law.
Nobody will see that.
No, come on. But yeah, seriously, they're all guilty.
Gary
Allegedly.
Patterson's going to kill you.
Yeah, he is. But moving forward, we should mention that they did lose their leading tackler coming back. They are going into spring practice under a cloud.
Sort of a hazy spring in Fort Worth.
Yeah, expectations were high for TCU, and I think that once the smoke clears, that we'll all just talk about them smoking weed and selling it, because that's what.
Put this in your pipe. You know who TCU has on the schedule? Virginia. You know who Virginia's coach is?
Who?
Mike London.
That's right. What was Mike London's old job?
I'll tell you what he did. He put his boot in the ass of young men like what they got at TCU right now. So, all that shit, done.
That's true. You got a vice cop coming your way, TCU. You're going to be winless on the field and in court thanks to one mean Cavalier.
You fucking hippies.
And moving on, we should go ahead and conclude this, which TV happened this week.
TV.
Always happens. But we should be a little more specific. Football-related TV. Consultants were hired to go ahead and figure out exactly how much college football is worth. By my math, and I'm relying here on the calculations of one Dr. Darren Revell, if you take the amount of money that somebody would pay for college football and you multiply it times the total number of viewers, then I'm pretty sure it's $375.42.
For college football.
Yeah, the whole thing.
So you walk up and you say, I'll give you $375 and you get college football.
Yeah, and I just have to say this. For everybody here who thinks that this is going to ruin the integrity of the sport, who thinks that this is going to turn our fair sport into a veritable whorehouse, into a brothel of iniquity and demonism and satisfactory sex between two strangers, let me tell you this. It's going to be like satisfactory sex between like 100 strangers at once with no consequences. It's going to be awesome. Cash rules.
It's going to be like 1920s college football all over again.
It's going to be like the back room of Studio 54, but with like a naked Lee Corso. I really hope you're seeing that in your head right now.
There it is.
Yeah. Greasy.
Speaking of television and college football and money, one of the most interesting rumors of the week came from the Austin American-Statesman, where it was reported that Dick Ebersol, former important person at NBC Sports, in charge of the Olympics and Saturday Night Live and so forth, could be in the running for the Big 12 commissioner job.
Yeah, Dick Ebersol. This, of course, got us to thinking about other television disasters. First of all, we should note that if Dick Ebersol is the commissioner of the Big 12, then we will be treated to something like an entire conference run like the NBC Olympics. Will the games be live?
No. Red River Shootout, tape delay till 9 p.m.
Yeah, the next day, at least. You can also count, by the way, on everyone in the entire Big 12 having a weepy backstory, whether they want it, have it, or not. He was born with 4 fatal diseases, no legs, and was raised by ferrets in the wilds of Idaho. But this young man still found his Olympic dream and has a sweet jacket to match.
This is a monologue about the Atlantic Coast Conference. Right now I'm explaining to you the thing that I'm talking about.
Yes, and this is the thing where we tell you that everyone goes 8-5. Yes, even the insects. Yes, even the offensive Indians. Yes, even the demon deacons. Yes, even the homicidal sheep. Nothing happens and everything is relayed quickly. What? The president was shot!
Give me the Rotel codes now!
I like the Rose Bowl.
You know what? I love the Rose Bowl.
Me too. The Big East done been canceled. The Pac-12 doesn't exist yet.
It's in the future.
Where everyone has 2 heads!
Go, Kenny State!
You know why I pulled you over tonight, son?
Yes, I do.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide!